Hi, and welcome to Lisa Brown, Stamp with Lisa Brown. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is my SAVI Sunday video. SAVI being stamping and various inspirations. Today we're going to feature the Peace and Joy bundle. It's a stamp set and die, and what is unique about this? I love this. I love the big, bold words. But what I really love about this are the word dies that come in the bundle. And it's a 3-piece die set. So you have the outline bubble. You have another outline of the word. And then here's the die. And it die cuts real thin words for you. So let me show you what that looks like. I have done a sample of all the words so you can see. So this outline die is this background that is in the black. And then the next die is the pink background. And then the skinny die up at top here does these really cool skinny words. So you can use all three layered together. You can use the skinny word by itself. You can use the top and middle layer together only, which we're going to be doing that today. Or you can, like I said, you can do all three together. So let's go ahead and put this aside. Just wanted to show you that. So there is a wreath builder template that you can buy out on the market, and I decided to make my own. And so what I did was, this is actually a piece of thicker, like almost cardboard paper, and it's what comes in the back of the designer series paper from Stampin' Up. So this is the cardboard backing piece, and I save those for various techniques and whatnot, and this is a prime example. And so I cut this to 6 by 15, and then I took a square and I cut it out. I measured a square here. Actually, what I did was I cut another piece to 4 by 4 and then got my alignments so that I was even from end to end. And then I did the same thing. So, and then I drew my lines, and then I took this template and I traced over the cut cross section like that and just die cut it out. And that gives you your template. So let me get my magnets back in place. Okay. And I've done this with a, we're going to stamp on a piece of Whisper White that is 4 by 5 1/4. So it'll fit on the full front of a full frontal card. Okay. So I've opted just to start mounting mine here, and you're going to put this corner up here. You can start like this as well. I don't know. I just find, for me, I'm comfortable starting this way. And from the Peace and Joy stamp set, we're going to be stamping these leaves, these holly leaves, and this berry, and we're going to make a wreath out of it. So that's what this template does. So I want to start with my first holly leaves right up at the top, about in the center. And then I'm going to close the hinge on my Stamparatus, and I'm going to grab that stamp. These are photopolymer stamps, so they're a little bit sticky, so it may, you know, come up with your paper will stick to the stamp. Okay, let's stick that back in there. And we're going to do those in garden green. I'm going to go ahead and ink up my holly leaves. I just dropped my stamp. I'm going to clean that off so I don't get ink everywhere. It slid right out of my hands. And we're going to bring this down and give that a press. So I'm going to follow this corner here, and I'm going to rotate it to the next triangle point and pop my card in there. Ink up my holly leaves again. Give that a press. Do another turn to the next corner here. So I'm following this corner again. And I'm going to just keep going all the way around. Okay, and this is my last leaf. And as you can see, it creates a perfect circle. Next, I want to add in the holly berries. So I'm going to swap out my stamp and go to my starting spot again and figure out the placement of where I want my berries. I think I want them right about there. Okay. Next, now I'm going to bring in cherry cobbler. Got my stamp in position. I'm going to close the door just to grab my stamp. And then I'm going to repeat that entire process, rotating my card all the way around, inking up my stamp each time, giving it that turn to the next point. Okay, and now we have our wreath going all the way around in our homemade template and using the Stamparatus tool. The Stamparatus tool is really the key to it. If you wanted to be real fancy, you could put both door hinges on the Stamparatus, and you could actually stamp the berries and the holly leaves at the same time. So I have a card base of cherry cobbler. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and we're gonna fold it at 4 1/4, right in half. And we're just going to put this on with our stamp and seal. All right, and then going back to the dies, I have already pre-cut the middle die in gold foil paper, and then the Thin Joy in Whisper White, and we're going to adhere that with some mini dimensionals. We're going to put that right in the center of our wreath. Next, I have a scrap piece of Whisper White, and we have the word joy in here, and they have these great block little phrases in the stamp set. And so I'm going to take To the World. So our card's going to say Joy to the World. And I'm going to simply stamp that in, let's see, I think I'm going to do it in Cherry Cobbler. I was originally going to do it in Garden Green, but I think I want it to match our card base. So on these stamps, you want to just lightly tap because you don't want the ink filling in. It's a reverse image. So if you squash it down into your ink pad, the ink will fill in the spaces. So that's what you want that to look like. And I believe we're just going to take our paper snips and we're just going to fussy cut this out, leaving a white border. And this too, we are going to adhere with some mini dimensionals. Okay. And then we have a quick and easy card using the Stamparatus and our homemade template. Again, I made this with the backing that comes in our DSP paper, and this is 2 4-inch squares. So 1 4-inch square, I just cut one extra and I laid it in the center, found my center point, traced it, and then cut it out. What will make it easy is if you draw your lines all the way down. I took a ruler and I traced my lines all the way down on both sides. And then that way, when you go to line up and turn it this way, you can line your points up in the sides, and it makes it real easy to cut that out. So this again is 4 inches square, and this is 6 1/4 by 6 1/4 square. If you would like to try and make that your own. Be sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, Lisa Brown, Stamp with Lisa Brown. And you may shop at stampwithlisabrown.stampinup.net. And thank you for joining me for my Savvy Sunday. Have a good day.